Well, hello there. It is Saturday. I think it's Saturday lunchtime. Anyway, whatever time of day it is. I wanted to talk today about public photography. There's been a lot of people being harassed for photographing in public. And one of them is my friend Watch Me Do This, where he was stood in public and taking pictures of machinery at a building site. There wasn't there's no people there, but he was stood in a public place and he was taking photographs. And recently I was asked if I had been harassed taking photographs in public. No, I haven't, but there are plenty of people that don't know the photography laws. In my hand I have two documents released by the police. One was released in August 2010 and the other one was released in 2020, and they are guidance notes for police officers about photographers. So I shall read the poignant points from the letter from August 2010, as the letter from 2020 says that the poignant parts of this 2010 letter are still relevant. So here goes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So we'll go through point number 1 first. It says there are no powers prohibiting the taking of photographs, film or digital images in a public place. Therefore, members of the public and press should not be prevented from doing so. Okay, now a public place is considered anywhere that you have access to. If you don't have to climb over a barrier or go climb over a fence to get to, then it's publicly accessible and it's considered a public place. Now, these open phone boxes, it might be considered a private place if you were to stand close to someone in an open phone box while they were having a conversation. So that might be considered reasonable grounds for privacy. The same as in a public toilet. Although it's a public toilet, it's not considered open for photography. So that would be a no-no. And the other thing would be filming someone over their shoulder at a cash machine. So there's 3 places that you might expect privacy in a public space. So it's a toilet, a phone box and at a cash machine. Anyway, let's go on to point number 2. Point 2. We need to cooperate with the media and amateur photographers. They play a vital role as their images help us identify criminals. So yeah, that's why we're out taking pictures, because we help the police identify criminals with our photographs. It may be an innocent photograph to you, but later on, after the event, there may be some important information in that photograph that the police might be able to use. So the police cannot criminalise photography 1 minute and then ask you for photographs the next minute, because there's no way we're going to allow them to criminalise the fact that we've taken a picture in public. Anyway, this is point number 3. We must acknowledge that citizen photography or citizen journalism is a feature of modern life, and police officers are now photographed and filmed more than ever. Point number 4. Unnecessarily restricting photography, whether for the casual tourist or professional, is unacceptable, and it undermines public confidence in the police service. Yeah, so I've heard a couple of stories of citizen journalists who've been to London and they were taking photographs, and they've been arrested for taking photographs of the building that's featured in James Bond, the MI5 building. It's plastered all over the mainstream media, it's plastered in movies, in television, films and series. It's all over the place. So you'd expect a tourist to take a photograph of such an iconic building, yet I know of several people who have been arrested under Terrorism Act for simply taking a photograph of a building in London. And point number 5 is the last point I'm going to ramble on about. Point number 5 is, once an image has been recorded, the police have no power to delete or confiscate it without a court order. So basically what they're saying is, once you've taken a photograph, that's your legal property. The police cannot demand that you delete it or remove it from your camera, which has been the case in a couple of instances where people have taken, or the police have taken a person's camera and deleted that photograph. But they haven't been that smart about it, because they've gone into the delete folder and they've resurrected the photograph that was taken. So there is that. But yes, street photography is perfectly legal, and like I said before, there is no expectation of privacy in public except at those places that I said: public toilet, a phone box or cash machine. It's perfectly acceptable to take pictures of children. If a child walks past the camera as you're taking a picture, so be it. It's not illegal. You know, it only becomes illegal when the photographs become indecent, and no parent is going to take their child out into public and expose them indecently. So that idea of photographing children in public is, you know, it's just ridiculous. And I question the morals of those people whose first thoughts turn to children when you mention photography. There's something wrong there. Well, most grown-ups, would respect. They wouldn't deliberately focus on a child on a high street. You know, I mean, or else otherwise, if photographing children was illegal, no one would take photographs at Flamingo Park or Disneyland or wherever. You know, down at the seafront, how many photographs have you taken where there's been children and people in the background? You don't have to ask their permission to do that, do you? No. But anyway, I've digressed, rambled on for a few minutes. Blimey, there's a giant wood pigeon just landed up there. There's on the tree behind me, or in front of me. But yeah, I haven't seen the robin today. We did put some food out, but he must have had his fill already and gone. Anyway, so that's it. Street photography is not illegal. Go and check out my friend's channel, Watch Me Do This. And the interaction he had with some numpty at a building site, who walked across the building site and stood right in front of the guy's camera and said, "Oh, I don't want you taking my picture." Well, that was particularly bright, wasn't it? Anyway, rambled on. Okay, enjoy your Saturday. Oh yeah, and I didn't win a lottery ticket. Okay, bye then. Bye.